I happen to be here today with my brother Gerald and Dan, the director down here. Dan, what's your last name?
Romanello.
And I just want to, that's Italian, isn't it?
Yes, it is, sir.
Oh, goodness gracious, my son's Italian.
Oh, yeah?
Guido Alexander George DePilla.
Oh, yeah. It's very Italian, yes.
That's Italian.
Yes, it is.
I knew he was really Italian when I went over to Italy and watched him drive down to the town.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a single side mirror on any of the cars.
Oh, I bet, yeah. There were little cars.
Yeah, the little cars, and all them side mirrors are knocked off by the motorcyclists.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to say that thank you.
Oh, no,
because you have taken good care of my sister-in-law Dorothy, who went on to heaven just a couple of weeks ago, and my brother Gerald, a veteran, Korean conflict ski instructor in Hokkaido, Japan, and my brother Gerald, who's on his last march to heaven, and taken care of here with tender, gentle, caring love. And I've been here several nights and watched many of them come in and take care of him, turn him, and help him, and provide him comfort. And I do appreciate it, and so does his family and all of our families.
That's the least we can do. We appreciate you guys too. Well, thank you very much.
Well, it's been a tough time for all the virus stuff that's going on, and people without being able to see their loved ones. And I know you arranged one time for brother Randy Wallace and my nephew Mark Robinson and my sister and his family and all of them to stand outside there.
At the church they sang, right?
At the church and sang.
That was that one day, yeah.
And that was a wonderful meeting for all of us to get to see him and Dorothy together.
Well, good.
And thanks for arranging that. And
no problem at all.
It was a pleasant time for us, and a pleasant time for Gerald and for Dorothy too.
Yes,
I could tell.
Gerald loved his music, that's for sure. Loved it. Loved singing.
He was such a musician in the family. My mother and my father both played. My father played the fiddle. My mother played the piano, and Gerald had massive talents.
Yeah.
I'm the one with the degrees.
Yeah.
He was the one with the talents.
Yeah.
And his math talents and math skills.
Yeah.
Could memory and sang 150 songs by memory.
Oh, wow.
And in fact, we probably sang at most every nursing home all across northern Kentucky.
Oh, really?
With our group called the Whosoever Will group with Randy Wallace.
Oh, really?
Of course, all of them have gone on to heaven now, except Gerald and a couple of them, and Randy and myself. Now, Friday night, Randy and I will still be at the homeless shelter, Fairhaven Rescue Mission, down in Covington. We're there every fourth Friday for 20-some years.
Oh, wow.
And Gerald used to go with us to every one of those.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's
a lot of people don't know all the good work he's did. And a 50-year member of the Eastern Star and the Masonic Order out in Independence at the Bradford Lodge. And they call me every night and ask me how he's doing.
Oh, really? I didn't know all that. That's pretty cool. I didn't know he did all that.
Did all that.
Yeah.
And traveled with me one time to 60 counties in Kentucky.
Yeah.
My sister Mary Ruth and her family, the Robinson family singers,
Hi, Gerald. Yeah.
went with us to 60 counties, and then my brother Gerald was laid off, and he traveled with me to 60 counties, and we sang in every county, 16 tons.
Really?
And I'd Rather Have Jesus, and Tennessee Ernie Ford song.
That's really
And I was
cool.
running for Commissioner of Agriculture back in 1975.
Yeah.
That was my first trip to all 120 counties, and I gathered signatures in every single county to document that we had been to their county.
Oh, wow.
And
That's quite the road trip there.
quite the road trip. Gerald used to get a charge out of me, and I was on the side of the bus. It said "a big man for a big job" on an old Silver Sides Greyhound bus. And Gerald got a charge out of me getting in and going into those little metal showers down in eastern Kentucky.
Yeah.
We had to go in sideways.
Yeah. So you probably got some back roads travel going through.
Back roads travel.
The eastern southern part of the state.
Yeah.
And it's just there's no highways. There's no.
That's right.
Sometimes there's only a couple roads in the town and a couple,
And they took a love to us because of our singing.
Yeah.
And then down in western Kentucky, we went out and sit on the Mississippi River with a lady by the name of Ida Stepp, where to get to her house, you had to go down into Tennessee and come back into the last part of Kentucky.
Yeah, there's a little
Bend, it's called, the
yeah,
Bend.
the Bend, yeah.
New Madrid Bend.
Yeah, that's really that's interesting.
That was her name, Ida Stepp. Dan, I think it's Bluegrass that helps you with the hospice here, didn't it?
Yes.
Well, they do a good job, and
Yeah.
want to thank them too, and
Absolutely, I'll pass it on to them. Yeah.
tell them I said so, and people in Northern Kentucky will see this on my Facebook page and YouTube's page.
Oh, thank you.
And here at Provident Pavilion, you're not just cared for, you're loved.
Oh, thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
And that is seen in one of the hardest working directors I've ever watched. And as former superintendent of education for our state of Kentucky, I've seen a lot of superintendents, I've seen a lot of principals, Dan, and you're a fine example of a director.
Sir. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You married by any chance?
I am, yes.
And children?
Yes, 3 kids.
3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to tell my Italian son, Guido Tapilla, well, he's named after me since I legally adopted him later in life. He was the head of the revenue cabinet for all of Northern Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah. Guy Stephenson. And he just retired. Mm-hmm. My daughter just retired. And I told him, I said, look, I said, what's with this picture of retirement? You're making me feel old.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. So is your son, is he from Italy, or is he?
No, his grandparents were from Italy.
Okay, yeah.
And the DePillas, they were DePilla tailors over in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And but he's Italian, bless his heart.
Yeah. My great grandparents came over, like southern Italy, way back, 100 years ago now. So. Well,
his grandparents came over, and his son, his real father, passed away I'd say around 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And but he's got one little daughter, got a little granddaughter, so I'm a great grandfather a couple times.
That's cool.
And but Gerald is, I think he's on his walk home.
Yeah.
As I told him, I said, one of the songs on the tape that we did that you have over there, the CD.
Yeah.
He sang one that's the Family Bible, it's called.
Yeah, and, he was singing that when we did the the Zoom
that's
calls,
right.
or the
that's right.
or the Skype calls that we were doing earlier.
And that was something that was always taking place in our home at Mom and Dad's. The Family Bible was always read every night, and it was a wonderful thing to see Mom play the piano. She died when I was quite young, and he was actually at that time young too, because she died at the age of 54.
No.
And but what a wonderful mother she was for all of us. She actually signed up for Gerald to be able to go to the service because he wanted to go.
Oh, really?
And he came out as a master sergeant.
Did he really?
Yeah, came out as a master sergeant, and there was a ski instructor in Hokkaido, Japan.
Yeah.
During the Korean conflict. Yeah.
So did he live over in Japan?
Lived over there in the Army.
Yeah. Okay.
And he worked with all the troops that needed to know how to ski. He taught them how to ski.
Yeah.
That was his main function for the Korean War.
That's wild. I didn't know any of that.
And then that song, and then he sang another one, very tender song on here called I've Seen Hard Times. Mm-hmm. He sang that one. The 2 I sang, one was, of course, This World Is Not My Home, I'm Just Passing Through.
Yeah.
My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. That song. And then the other one I sang was the last song on there called My Old Kentucky Home. Yeah. Which I've sang in every county in the state.
I bet, yeah.
And for the legislature.
Yeah.
But we can ever help you in any way down here, Dan.
No, absolutely.
Let us know, and we appreciate all that you've done.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can get back to normal someday. Have some of the singing and the. That we would love stuff like that.
Yeah.
The residents would love that, I should say. But,
yeah, I had a little television show, and they're actually still running one of my shows every night at 5:00 on Spectrum Cable at 5:00 on Channel 422. They're running one of my shows, but I've not been able to tape any or do any new ones since this virus.
What show was that?
It's called Are You Ready? Are
Yeah.
You Ready for the Lord? And I've had guests on there from all the judges. I've had them on, and
Is it something you're doing like now, or something you
Yeah,
did like
no,
years
something
ago?
I-
Something
no,
you're doing now?
now these are all I'm doing now.
Oh, okay.
I've done for the last, I do one. Now I'm down to doing just one a week,
Mm-hmm.
and then it runs for a month on every night at 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday.
They don't do it on you. They don't post it to YouTube or nothing like that.
I post some of them on YouTube. Yes,
Oh,
after
yeah.
I've done them, I put some on YouTube,
Yeah.
and then I've got some of them on Facebook.
Wow.
But and then on YouTube it's under Travels with John Stephenson.
Okay.
And but I do those shows. Now, hopefully, when the virus gets over here, well, isn't that wonderful? We're going to have a vaccine very shortly.
They say,
Yeah.
all we can do is wait. We did, we had to like get with our pharmacy, and we had to do something with the with like CDC, the federal government. We had to like submit some stuff and work with
Yeah.
our pharmacy. So we're gonna get it through our pharmacy, but I guess they're still waiting to hear when they'll get it from.
Yeah, I think that you all will be one of the first groups
Yeah,
to
they're
get it.
prioritizing,
Right.
I think, healthcare workers and like
Yeah.
long-term care workers
Yeah.
and residents. So
And it's got about a
Hopefully soon.
95% rate of effectiveness
that's what I heard.
on the first one, and I think the others are in the 90% also.
Yeah.
That's there's I think a total of 3 of them that's almost ready for shipping. One of them maybe in about a week and a half here.
Yeah, I heard somewhere in Cincinnati an assisted living is going to be part of the first trials, and then I guess
Oh,
I'm
good.
sure they'll do a few trials, and they'll hopefully release it really soon. So
Yeah.
we're just waiting to hear and when,
Yeah. Well, my wife was a hospice social worker
Mhm.
for many years, and she was the first AIDS coordinator for the Northern Kentucky Health District,
Really?
with working with all the AIDS patients.
Yeah.
She had about 90 clients. It was quite a hard job,
Yeah.
and but she's suffers from Crohn's disease, which is quite debilitating, frankly.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah.
But she still does a lot of good work. She teaches a ladies' Bible study class out at Bethesda Community Church for ladies in the community.
Okay. Where's that? Where's Bethesda?
Bethesda Community Church is right on the Boone County, Kenton County line when you're on 536. It's called Mount Zion Road.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, when you go across Mount Zion Road, go past the Biscayne farm there,
Mm-hmm.
where I had my first campaign rally for my Congressman John Breckenridge,
Yeah.
and then come all across there to heading to 25, and right before you go into Boone County there, before you get to 25, you'll see a little church on the left with a little tiny lake out in front of it,
Yeah.
and it's called Bethesda Community Church.
I know the general area you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's right
yeah.
before you get to the United Dairy there on 25, and there's some business or factories in there.
Yep.
And but at that church, Brother Tim Frymoose, the pastor, and Greg Fightmaster, and but my wife taught this whole year. She taught one class called Experiencing God with Henry Blackaby, and the one she's going to start on January is called just a one-year Bible study. They meet once a month, and they go through the entire Bible in a year,
Oh wow.
pointing out the scriptures that are really about Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
That's pretty cool. That's really cool.
Well, she's quite talented at that. She's been doing it for almost 20 years now, teaching that.
Yeah.
And but Dan, anything else?
Nothing else. I just want to say hi to you and then check on Gerald, and it's really good seeing you. And then,
God bless you, and
there you
nice
go.
to see you
Yes.
too.
So if anything I can do in the meantime, just let me know, okay?
Okay,
Alrighty.
thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye now. I'm going to try to go ahead and call Judy and see how she's doing. And I called Mark earlier, and he might give me a call back in a little while. So they all were checking on you. Then they were checking on you down at the Masonic Lodge too. All the ladies were calling from Eastern Star and asking how you were doing. And they've got a beautiful thing for Dorothy written up, which they're going to mail me a copy of. And they are checking on you, and they're all praying for you for a safe trip home to the Lord. So just rest and relax and enjoy the trip. And know that you're being loved here. This is Johnny Stephenson. Travels with the Stephensons now with my brother Gerald Stephenson, and having a visit with him here, and so that he can say hi to everybody, and he can hear us, but we can't speak very well. But he's headed to the Lord with some beautiful music being played in the background. Thanks for calling me, and thanks for commenting on our Facebook page and YouTube page. Pray for our nation and all of our government officials, regardless of the party they belong to, and regardless of who won the election. We got to live under either one of them, and I hope they all lean on God, because without God, this nation is going nowhere. And I say that from the bottom of my heart. Without God and godly principles and love and prayers and heart and soul for all of us, the born and the unborn, red, yellow, brown, black, and white, born and unborn, children and seniors, and the diverse and unique, all of God's children. They're all precious in Jesus' sight. I want to show you a little look at the beautiful view that Gerald has from here. The skyline and the cross on the chapel down there. Tallest building over there, where my brother-in-law Kenny Gaiman put the last beam up on that top of that monstrous building there as an iron worker. Put his initials on the beam. Oh, what a wonderful thing. And two wonderful people, Ken and Keith Gaiman, and both of them just turned 60 years old. Or no, was it? I think it's 50 years old. Turned 50 years old. Well, I'm not sure on that. That's what happens to you when you get old. You're not sure about things. For totally are you, Gerald? You do the best you can do. And the crew tower up there where I was with some grandchildren here. Oh boy. Holly's, Peyton, and Dalton Johnsons. And I tell you, I think Pam's son was up there with us too. And we were filming on top of the crew tower of all the things around Cincinnati and downtown Cincinnati, having a ball, making a video. Yes, you never forget those things. You see down there in the garden, that's where they were down there, right down there at the garden, when we sang for Gerald and Dorothy, Mark and Sharon and Randy Wallace and June, Miss June, bless her heart. She's followed me all these years as my wife for 35 years and put up with all of my campaigning. Oh my goodness gracious sakes alive, she deserves an honor. I got to sit down, Gerald, before I fall down. Praise the Lord. Whoa. In fact, I'm glad the chair was there. 859-750-0000. Travels with the Stephensons. www.jstevenson.com. www.independentchristianparty.com. And YouTube, Travels with John Stephenson. And Facebook. And email, js7500000@gmail.com. We love you all. And we love God. And we love Jesus. And we love everybody.